Collingwood have made their second trade of the trade period. Let's talk about it. Now, just a reminder before we talk about the pick swap that the trade period will end on Wednesday night. And also a double reminder that no deals will get done before 2 o'clock on Wednesday. So there is a lockout. So clubs and players and stuff, they can all sort of talk to each other. But nothing can go through and nothing can be ticked off until 2 o'clock, from 2 o'clock until the end of the period, which I think might be 5 or 6 o'clock or something like that. It doesn't. I can't find the end time anywhere, but I know that it ends Wednesday night, which I think is just really really stupid, right? It's like, oh my God, you can make an argument: is the trade period too long? Is the trade period too short? X Y Z X Y Z. But then for the AFL to be like, okay, you can't or we can't process the paperwork for these trades until 2 o'clock hits, and then from 2 o'clock onwards. So one, it creates all this sort of buzz on, I assume they're gonna live stream it or something. They did this last season as well. So I assume it's like a live thing, it's a social media thing. It's deals going down to the wire. And we know that on the best day of the trade period, the deals go down to the wire anyway. For this to, for the AFL to be like, oh, we're gonna keep doing this, it's like it's not fun. It'll be so much dead air on trade radio until 2 o'clock, until these deals can get finalized. I just think it's really, really stupid. And the AFL do a lot of stupid things. And if this is just one of the stupidest things they do. It's like, it's probably top five, if I'm being really honest. But enough of that. Let's talk about this pick swap with Brisbane. So Collingwood and the Lions have completed a pick swap, and it relates to mainly 2025 picks and next year. So Collingwood gets pick 45 and pick 56 of the 2025 draft, and Brisbane get from Collingwood pick 59 and our 2026 round 3 selection that we just got from Melbourne for Brody Myercheck. Now you're probably thinking, why does this, like, what's going on here? Like, what's the deal? What's the deal with this? I think it's one of those handshake deals. You scratch my back, I scratch your back deal. Like, kind of like what I was saying about the Melbourne deal as well. We helped them out with the Charlie Spargo compensation pick. I think the Lions are helping us out with these picks, so it unlocks the Jack Buller trade, and for them, it'll unlock some sort of other trades that they're sort of after as well. And we're trying to get higher into the draft, so pick 45 does get us a little higher into the draft, and we'll talk about the DVI, the draft value index, a little bit later as well. But I think that pick 45 is the one that's going to get sent to Sydney for Jack Buller, the mountain himself, because we were looking for something in that second round or a future second or something similar to satisfy the Swans and what they want. So I think that's really, really going to help us. At this moment, it probably is pick 45 for Buller, and it's just a straight swap. I don't see any more picks turning hands. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the draft value index. It's our NGA prospects, where that sort of sits. And I will do a lot more when it comes to the draft. I just want to get over this sort of trade period first, and then we will smash into the draft. But I think it is worth mentioning, do these picks help us in the draft if someone bids on McCarthy? Now, yes and no. They sort of help, they sort of don't help. Again, I don't think it's really going to matter at the end of the day. You have to remember that Collingwood not only didn't commit to McGuan as a father-son, they haven't committed to any of the NGAs as well. Like, they haven't told them, yeah, if someone bids on you, we're going to pick you up, right? Now, the thing with McCarthy and Saxena, so I think Saxena is going to go a little bit later, probably a end of a third round pick or even in the rookie draft. With McCarthy, Zero Hanger and like ESPN, everyone who's doing these draft rankings have him between 35 and 40. Now, if you look on the draft value index that I'll sort of pop up here, 35 is worth 338 points, and then pick 40 is worth 238. Now, we know that if someone bids on McCarthy, you have to match that bid with those points, right? And I've calculated our sort of draft value index off Draft Guru. So pick 39 that we currently hold is 257. So pick 45, which I think will go to Buller, is worth 150 points. Pick 56 onwards are worth 0 points. Now, that is because the draft value index changed between 2024 and 2025. So all of those picks mean nothing. Like if you look at last year pick 56 was worth 194 points. This year pick 56 is worth 0 points. They're just, trying to make it a little bit harder so you're not using crappy picks for really, really good players. We've seen this time and time and time again. We even did it with sort of Dacos and all that sort of stuff as well. So they're making it a little bit harder. Then I'm pretty sure next year is going to be even harder than that. But as it stands currently, if I'm led to believe that pick 45 is what's going to unlock the Buller to Sydney deal, that is going to be 150 points gone. So you're pretty much looking at 257 points. Now, that is on the provision that the draft rankings and the order at the moment stays exactly the same and McCarthy gets bid on really, really late. Now, we know that with the draft, how it is, there's academy picks, there's father sons. So if one of Gold Coast Academy prospects like Zeke Uland, I hope I pronounced that name right. Let's say, for example, he goes at pick 1. Obviously, Gold Coast don't have pick 1. That's West Coast's pick at the moment. Gold Coast have to make 3,000 points. Now they'll take their picks that they've gotten everywhere else to make those points up. So in theoretically, our pick 39 could move up slightly because other picks are being taken to make up the points. So this is, if everything was frozen right now, this is what we have. I know it's really confusing, and if you want me to deep dive on it a little bit more, I will deep dive on it. But at the moment, I don't think that this trade between the Lions and Collingwood, this pick swap, helps the NGA prospects at all. I think it just unlocks that Buller trade. We probably will try to pick swap to get a little bit higher as well. But at the moment, 39, which is in the second round, is our highest pick, and that's worth 257 points. You would hope that McCarthy goes really, really low. And if you're going off of the rankings, he might go anywhere between the 35s and the 40s. You want him to go as low as you can, because any higher and it would have to be peanuts. Like I reckon if he goes in the top 20, I don't think we will be able to match it, and we won't match it because we just won't be able to get the points. Again, I would love to be I'd love to be proven wrong. Because I think McCarthy is going to be an absolute star and an absolute gem. 198 centimeter, key forward, can pinch hit in the ruck as well. Will take over from Dan McStay. So imagine him, Buller, Charlie West leading your forward line for the next 10, 15 years. I think it would be absolutely amazing. He is a work in progress, though. We know that big men are a work in progress. So hoping he goes, yeah, in the late 30s, early 40s would be ideal because of our shitty draft hand. But that is the current update as of Tuesday, October 14th, 3:23 p.m. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, I will do more draft content when the trade period ends. Let me know your thoughts for any videos on the draft down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.